Hi Sagittarius, how are you? I hope that you are doing well. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Nina or Sinfulpluto, and if you are returning, welcome back. Thank you for joining us again today. I hope that you enjoy your stay here with all of us who are watching, and I hope that you receive a message that you need to hear for the next 2 weeks. This reading is going to apply for Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, for Tropical and Sidereal. If you don't know what your placements are, you can go to astro.com. They will give you all of the information that you need to know. And this reading is going to apply for the dates between September 9th all the way through the 22nd. Okay? All right, let's see. So I'm just going to jump right into it. Sagittarius, there's a lot of energy going on today. I mean, not today, but a lot of accumulating energy, I guess you could say. There's a Pisces full moon that will be squaring you on the 13th, so that's something to look out for. If you want more insight into that, feel free to Google it. Just Google Pisces full moon 2019 or something like that, and there will be a bunch of results that pop up. Okay? So, Sagittarius, what is in store for you between September 9th through the 22nd? What is in store for Sagittarius? What is in store for Sagittarius between September 9th through the 22nd? That was quick. And we have the moon. Wow, okay. Also, so right off the bat, I feel like there's a lot of energy going on for you for the full moon in Pisces. The moon, this card is like actually represented by Pisces, so this to me kind of just represents the Pisces full moon. I feel like it's going to have a lot of effect for you. I feel like you're really going to be not only in tune with your intuition, but I also feel like you are going to be learning a lot about yourself. I feel like some of you are going to be diving in deep within yourself, or you are at least going to be offered that. With this Four of Cups, you are going to be offered the opportunity to dive in deep, to go into your subconscious, and some of you might be a little bit indifferent to that. Some of you might ignore that offer. Some of you might not really want to get too in deep about it. Maybe there's just something that you are, it's just easier for you to avoid, to kind of remain in the conscious level rather than, purging anything, or rather than releasing any sort of thing, and kind of just doing everything to yourself. Does that kind of make sense? Or like just keeping everything to yourself, not wanting to have to face anything. We have the Ace of Pentacles reversed, and then the King of Swords. You could be dealing with a Gemini, because I remember pulling this for the Gemini reading, and I promise you, I shuffled these cards really well prior to filming this video. So you could be dealing with a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, but more so Gemini or Aquarius that you could be dealing with. You could also be dealing with a Pisces with a moon card, or a Cancer, because Cancer is ruled by the moon. Again, with the Aquarius card, we have the Star, so you really could be dealing with an Aquarius right now. So we have the Star reversed. I feel like a lot of you are going to have a hard time shedding light on whatever situation that you're dealing with. It's almost like ignorance is bliss for you right now. And I feel that some of you are really missing out on some sort of opportunity. And I feel like some of you are not realizing how much of an opportunity this release or this purge is for you. Because with the Ace of Pentacles, this to me is like a delay in stability, or you're missing out on some sort of offer of stability. You're missing out on whatever is being handed to you. And I mean, we have the Four of Cups, so there's an offer on the table that you're just ignoring. There's an offer on the table that you're absolutely just ignoring, and I really wonder why. What is this offer in the first place? We have the King of Swords, which could signify your energy as well. You're just being a little bit cold. You're being very just emotionally detached. I feel like some of you are trying to really avoid your emotions, and maybe that's why you're missing out on all of these offers, because it's like you're clamming up in all of this emotional energy. You're clamming up under this Pisces full moon. You don't know how to feel about everything, and it's like you would rather kind of just push everything away. I feel like some of you are really trying to see things in a logical perspective. You're trying to see things with a rational mind. But listen, we have a Pisces full moon coming up. There's a lot of things going on here. I know that we have a Virgo stellium going on right now, and there's so many planets in Capricorn. So we want to be logical, we want to be pragmatic, we want to be practical, but we can't always be that way. Sometimes we have to unlock and unleash our emotions, so that not only can we release them and release them in a healthy way, but so that we can be clearer of the mind when we release all of these things. Because if you're just bottling everything up, if you're just ignoring everything and pushing it all to the side, eventually that is going to accumulate, and that is going to mess with the rational mind that you want so badly. And it's going to lead to a lot of anxiety. It's going to lead to a lot of restless nights. I wouldn't be surprised that on this Pisces full moon, you have a really hard time resting, that you have a very hard time sleeping. I feel like there's just going to be a lot of anxiety, or a lot of overall restlessness, and feeling very defeated as to how you are going to approach the situation, as to how you are going to deal with your emotions, or whatever situation that you're dealing with right now that is just that is inducing a lot of anxiety. I just see it really overwhelming you, and I feel like a lot of you might be trying to be in control of your own fate, or in control of every single detail that is going on in your life, and you're not having a lot of faith in the universe. You're not having a lot of faith, or you don't really trust in what the universe can do for you. And some of you could be really trying to disconnect from all of the emotion, from all of the subconscious stuff, from the spiritual realm, from the things that are unseen. And maybe some of you are trying to see things scientifically or mathematically, and that is just not working out in your favor. And I understand that you want to be the voice of reason, but also know that not everything can be black and white emotions, or black and white logic. It has to be a balance of both. And you can use your emotions to your advantage so that you can strengthen your logic. You can use logic to strengthen your emotions. It doesn't have to be an extreme thing where you have one or the other. You can have a balance of both. And so I feel that there is just this sense of overthinking. And some of you could even be stressing over this offer here. Some of you could really be, you feel on the outside you are acting indifferent and like you don't care. And maybe you're feeling very calm. But you on the inside are feeling completely different. The moon can also signify secrets. So maybe there's some sort of secret that you are keeping to yourself. Maybe there's some sort of secret that you are being offered to learn. Maybe there is a secret that is being offered to you, that is being offered to be revealed to you, or that wants to be revealed to you, but you're just kind of ignoring it. And it doesn't have to be like a secret of another person, but maybe it's just like your own inner secrets, or just like the key to your subconscious, essentially. So that could also be an issue for you, is that you're just overthinking as to how to unlock it. Yeah. We have the Seven of Wands reversed, which signifies to me just a sense of defeat, of giving up, of feeling really overwhelmed. Again, I feel like this just really ties into the Nine of Swords, of just feeling very stressed, anxious, doubtful, feeling restless, feeling like your inner demons are just kind of getting the best of you. It could feel that, your inner demons are winning this battle right now. And you don't really know what to do about it. And you're trying to remain calm. You're trying to remain composed. But on the inside, it's just like you're torn apart and you don't really know what to do. And it feels like everything is kind of hazy. Things are kind of confusing. You don't really know which way is up. You don't really know how to defeat these things. And I feel like you have been kind of running away. Some of you may have been really running away from having to face the situation, or running away from this battle, and kind of just giving up this battle with your inner demons and with your inner self and with your shadow self. And I feel like things just feel very dim and maybe even a little bit tumultuous. And maybe there's insomnia that you're dealing with here with this Nine of Swords. And I feel like the best way to overcome that is to stop running away and to finally face your shadow, to face these inner demons, to face these things that are going on within you. And this doesn't have to be a thing where, you have to act fearless. The point of this isn't to be fearless, because it's okay to feel scared. But you have to be courageous and you have to be brave and stand up even when there is this huge opposition against you, and even when there's this huge obstacle against you, or this thing that you just don't want to face, this thing that you don't want to acknowledge. I feel like it's very important for you to stand up for yourself, because if you don't stand up for yourself, I feel like you miss out on the opportunity for stability, and I feel like you just linger in this Nine of Swords energy of just constant anxiety, constant doubts, constant intrusive thoughts, and just this inner tumultuous energy of feeling incredibly scatterbrained, not being able to focus, and that eventually will leak into the other aspects of your life where you just feel completely kind of unhinged, honestly. And so I feel like it's important for you to take on this offer for emotional stability, for physical stability, to stand up, to continue fighting against, to just start fighting against whatever it is that is, overwhelming you, whatever it is that is just scaring you. It's kind of time to just yell or scream back at your shadow self, because it's like it's just been saying all of these things to you and like whispering all of these doubts into your ear and all of these intrusive thoughts into your ear, and you've been listening, and it has been discouraging you, and it has been overwhelming you and making you feel maybe even worthless, or making you feel like you can't find stability, or whatever it is that has been making you feel. It's time for you to talk back. And it's time for you to just stop remaining passive and kind of just have your arms crossed and just act like it's not there. It's time to take action. It's time to use your knowledge, to use your wisdom to the best of your ability, so that you can get through this maze, so that you can use your intuition. I feel like it's very important for you to connect with your intuition, to connect with your spiritual self, with your higher self, with your guides, your angels, or whoever it may be, and to trust that they will guide you through this maze, through this these troubled times, through this, time of just like overwhelming anxiety, to push you and to guide you. And I think it's important for you to no longer remain complacent. And I say this because I have the Hanged Man reverse. This is the other Pisces card. So heavy Pisces energy. I feel like this full moon is really a great time to release all of this stress, to release all of this anxiety, to instill trust within the universe, because I feel like that may have been missing for a very long time, and to just release any doubt that you have of yourself or of others or of the universe, to release any anxiety that you have about something, because we have to remember that anxiety, it's an irrational fear. It's, anxiety makes it so that we are always on defensive mode, so that we're always like ready to attack or ready to run. Our anxiety is always causing our, what is it called? Fight or flight to be always activated. And we don't want that, because that just causes a lot more stress, and we're never able to truly relax. And so I feel like in order for us to move forward and to make progress and to, purge anything that we need to purge, we have to start taking action and not just remain passive and complacent in the stage, in the phase that we're in, or in the mindset that we're in, or in the attitude that we keep on having. It's time to take on action and to take care of yourself, essentially, and to not just remain stuck in this reversed hangman, to not just remain here, to not just have the same mindset, to not just have the same idea or the same attitude or the same behavior patterns. It's time for change. It's time for a different perspective. It's time to look at things differently. It's time to change your mind. It's not helping you just having the same mindset. And obviously, of course, it is so much easier said than done to change your mindset, to change your attitudes, to change behavior patterns. But it doesn't mean that it's not possible. It's always possible if you put your mind to it and you are determined and persistent and consistent with this work, with the progress, with the change. Get it? So I want to get more into this. I'm really interested in this moon card. So what other messages or clarity can we get? What clarity can we get from this moon card? All right, we got one card that fell out. Bottom of the deck, Five of Wands. Maybe there's some sort of internal conflict. We have Judgment reversed and the Five of Wands reversed. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Five of Wands upright. And then the Ten of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So I feel this isn't the first time that this sort of chaos, this inner tumult, has happened. This isn't the first time that this has happened. Judgment reverse is telling me that the past keeps on repeating itself, and you are being literally presented with so many opportunities, and you're rejecting them. You've been presented with so many opportunities to change, to do better, to progress as a person, to react to things differently, to do things differently so that you can exit this cycle of anxiety, of stress, of darkness, of insomnia or restlessness or whatever it is that is just keeping you up at night, whatever it is that is just keeping your mind active and overstimulated. You're being presented with so many opportunities, so many chances to change your ways, to do things differently, to react to things differently. And you have been, going along and doing the same actions, going through the same reactions. You've been reacting the same way each and every time. And that's why you continue to go through the same thing each and every time, because you're not doing things differently, because you're not learning the lesson that you need to learn. Because maybe because you're just not aware, or maybe just because you are in denial of everything, and maybe you don't want to admit that you are wrong, or admit that things are going wrong, or admit that you are not okay. And it's okay to not be okay. Like that meme on Twitter where it's like, you're not okay, and that's okay. It's okay to not be okay. That's like the whole vibe here. It's okay to not be okay, but you have to admit that to yourself. And here with the Five of Wands, I feel like there's just this ongoing conflict. There has just been this ongoing conflict, whether it is internal or external, that you have been dealing with for a while. And maybe it's not with the same people, or maybe it's not the same exact scenario, but it's the same theme. It's the same underlying theme each and every single time. And you have been going through this for however long you have been dealing with this. And you keep just going through the same people, or the same things, or just the same anxiety, and you get the same outcome each and every time, because your approach is the same each and every time. You want something different, but you can't get something different unless you do things differently. That's just on period. Like, that's just it. And so, in order for you to learn your lesson, in order for you to finally break free from this cycle, whatever this is for you, that is causing you so much anxiety, that is just causing you so much doubt and all of these intrusive thoughts or whatever, you have to do things differently. You have to approach things differently. You have to stop yourself and think, what are the similarities in all of these situations? What are the things that I have done in each situation? And are these things similar? Have I been reacting the same way each and every time? Have I been doing things differently, or have I just been remaining in my same behavioral patterns? In which case, after you reflect, plan, and strategize and think, okay, maybe this has been the same. What can I do to change this? What can I do to react differently? How can I be more mindful? How can I be more aware of my actions and of my thoughts and my feelings? What can I do to promote growth for myself so that I can finally exit this cycle and create a new one for myself? That's the thing that you have to go through. We have the Ten of Wands, which is telling me you're carrying a lot of burdens. This is something that has been weighing down on you for a long time. For some of you, I wouldn't be surprised if this is something that has been going on for literally lifetimes. I wouldn't be surprised if this is something that has just been going on lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, and it's just been going on. Maybe this is like a generational thing. Maybe it's like a generational trauma or curse or whatever that has been just going down the line of the family, and now here you are, and now it's your turn it's your opportunity to break this generational trauma or curse or cycle or chain, whatever you want to call it. Maybe that's just your opportunity now. Maybe this is in relation to your career. Maybe this is in relation to your love life. Maybe there is an Aquarius in your life who is causing you a lot of anxiety. Maybe you are having a hard time being individual, being your own self. Maybe you are having a hard time diverging from the collective and just being your own individual person and not relying on other people. Or kind of mimicking other people to feel like you fit in. Because with the Star card, You know, that's Aquarius. And I always think, okay, Aquarius is the rebel. You know, he's the one all about revolution, all the one about like, I think anarchy or whatever the fuck. About doing things differently. And so having the star reversed, it's like you're having a hard time creating your own identity, being your own identity, and being secure in your own identity. And maybe some of you are just having a hard time doing that because perhaps there is a King of Swords in your life, perhaps an Aquarius, perhaps a Gemini, maybe even a Libra, but not really Libra, honestly, because it's a very strong masculine energy. Maybe there's just a strong masculine energy who is preventing you from being your own individual person, from embracing your individuality, from embracing your uniqueness. And maybe that is causing you a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress. And perhaps you have been very passive and complacent, and maybe you have pretended and acted as though everything is fine and that you are okay with this, that you are okay with being like everyone else, with being okay with wearing all of the same clothes that everyone is wearing, with following the same expectations that everyone is following, to follow the norms of society or of your family or of your social group. And maybe you have been complacent in that. And perhaps some of you have been viewing yourself as a victim and viewing yourself as some sort of martyr even, and thinking that you were kind of meant to be in this position, or that, you know, you just have to accept your circumstances because there's nothing else that you can do about it. No. There's always something that you can do about it if you have the will to do it. If there's a will, there's a way. Always. There's always a will if there's a way. Or if there's always a way if there's a way. If there's a will, yeah. There's always a way if you have will to do it. Yeah. It's time to finally stand up, to stand your ground, and to continue persisting and pushing even when you get the friction, even when you're being hit back. I think it's time for you to release all of these burdens, whatever they may be, whether it's the expectations of other people, whether it is pent up emotions, whether it is some sort of conflict or resentment that you have for other people, whatever conflict that you are dealing with, it's time to release that. It's time to let it go, to just be done with it, to just release. This Pisces full moon, I swear, will, I think, really impact a lot of us. And I feel like that's just a big theme that keeps on coming up. But I really do feel like it's just time to let this all go. It's time to release the burdens, to just let it all go, because it's not your weight to carry. I said this in the Virgo video. This is not your weight to carry. It never has been your weight to carry. So just release it. Break the cycle. Yes, easier said than done, but very possible. So I feel like, okay, some of you, really quick, for the star card reversed, I got like astrology in mind for really quick, and maybe astrologically, or some of you may have been paying too much attention to astrology, or kind of like taking on very fatalistic perspectives of astrology and kind of thinking that you're doomed or whatever. In which case, you need to take a break from that, detach yourself from that, and be a little bit more rational, build up your rationality again, because I feel like some of you are just, like, really caught up in your emotions, really caught up in, like, the anxiety, really caught up in the stress that you're not thinking clearly, and it's making you think that, like, the world is just coming to get you. So, yeah. I'm going to go ahead to pull some oracle cards to see what other messages or confirmations we can get for you, Sagittarius, and then I'll give you some affirmations, and then we will be on our way. So what messages or confirmation can we get for Sagittarius for the next 2 weeks that is based off of the energy presented to us? Alright. So, what messages or confirmation can we give Sagittarius for the next 2 weeks? What messages or confirmation can we give Sagittarius for the next 2 weeks that resonates with this current and present energy? By the way, I'm using the wisdom of the oracle if you're curious. Okay. So 2 cards flew out. So we have TikTok and peace. Oh, shit. Jesus Christ. So first, I just want to say that soon you will be finding peace. I feel like, it's only a matter of time before you finally find peace here. You're going to be feeling very tranquil. I feel like, here, we have mending really quick. And I feel like this all just resonates with the Pisces full moon. I feel also with this mending card, I feel like you'll be able to make amends with whoever you need to make amends with, or even like with yourself, make amends with yourself. Whatever conflict that you have been facing for such a long time, I feel like you will be presented the opportunity to make amends, to make things right, to clear the air. I also feel like maybe, with this 5 of Wands, maybe you have been presented the opportunity to make amends with whatever conflict it is that you've been, experiencing, but you just have been kind of harboring everything within yourself, and you've just been rejecting everything and remaining indifferent and thinking like, oh, I don't need to forgive these people, or I don't need these people's forgiveness, or whatever it is. But I feel like internally it has been something that has been holding you down and pushing you down for a very long time, and kind of just like suppressing your energy or oppressing your energy. And I feel like right now it's just like it's finally time to like make amends, or to like forgive another, or like even forgive yourself. And it's time for you to finally find peace within yourself, and in turn find peace in the world. I feel like a lot of questions will be answered for you. I feel like you'll just come to a lot of realizations, especially with this moon card, because that just signifies confusion, like fogginess, deception. And I feel like some of you may have really been deceiving yourselves, or you have been just convincing yourselves of one thing when the reality is just completely different. And I feel like you'll be able to just see the reality of a situation, and with that, just bring things back together, and kind of even like have some sort of peace treaty, or like just wave the white flag and just like surrender in a way, and offer like an olive branch even to someone or to yourself. And for some of you, it could be that with this TikTok card that you're running out of time. Some of you could be running out of time to make amends with someone, with the full moon, or with the mending card. I feel like with this full moon, this is kind of like the last opportunity for you to kind of just like finally let things go, and to release, and to apologize, or to reach out to someone that you need to apologize to, or that someone needs to reach out to you. I always forget to say this in every video, but the roles can be reversed in, all of the readings. So if this doesn't resonate with your energy, but with the energy of someone else that someone is doing to you rather than you to them, take that perspective, reverse the roles however way that you need to, so that, that advice fits your narrative, whatever. So, yeah. I just see a sense of like tying things back together. You're tying up any sort of loose ends. You are just like sewing things back together. You're kind of sewing together a broken heart in a way. And you're finding peace within that. You're finding tranquility within that. And I feel like, I think I just said this, but with the 4 of Cups and the TikTok card, I feel like this is like your final opportunity to make peace, either with yourself or with someone else, or it's a final opportunity for someone else to make peace with you, because we have the 3 cards, so this is the last one. That's the last opportunity to make amends, or to make peace, like I keep on saying, and to bring things together, to bring things full circle. So take that for what it is, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But yeah. So let's get into these affirmations. What affirmations can we give to Sagittarius for the next 2 weeks based off of the present and current energy? Alright, what affirmations can we give Sagittarius based on the energy presented to us for the next 2 weeks? All right. So we have patience and self-love that fell out. So it says, for patience, congratulations. You've granted more patience. Oh, you've been granted more patience. You may start using it right away or much, much later. Waiting a long time is a sort of option now afforded to you by greater patience. Can you believe it? Look at this. You're still reading and you haven't even started getting annoyed yet. Imagine how this patience will transform your life. Imagine how easy it will be to go to the post office. And then we have self-love. I openly embrace the feeling of self-love, the PG kind. I love myself because I understand myself. I love myself as the most committed partner I will ever have. I show myself love any way that I can, and when I screw up, I remember to be sweet and gentle with myself. If not, I'm gonna make myself sleep on the couch. Got that, self? And then I'm gonna read 2 more just because I think that they're very important for this reading. It's clarity and trust. So here it says, for clarity, stopping to listen to my inner self, I can easily separate my intuition from my mental chatter. The clarity of my intuition is a sweet, simple fruit that tastes familiar. And the mental chatter is the confusing, bitter rind that I shall peel off and chuck into the garbage, or a compost heap if your mental chatter happens to be organic. That's very important. That's a very important one. So if you need to rewind so that you can listen to that again. Trust. I trust that everything will be okay in the end. Partly because I simply know it in my gut, but also because it's way more fun to live with trust and confidence than to be a defensive leaner. So, there goes that. Sagittarius, I hope that this reading resonates with you. Let me know in the comments down below all of your thoughts, feelings, feedback. I love to interact with all of you and just to hear all of your stories. Give the video a big thumbs up. Share with your friends, your family, loved ones, teachers, mentors, classmates, your Starbucks barista. Subscribe, hit the bell notification if you desire to know when I upload my videos. And if you want to book a reading with me, a personal reading with me to get further insight into the situation, into any other sort of situation, go to Sinfulpluto.com. All of the information that you need to know will be in the bottom bar or in the description box. But you can go to Sinfulpluto.com and purchase a reading there, book a reading there. And if you... Who the freak is this? But anyways, if you... Oh, it's my mother. Okay. What was I going to say? Oh, before you book a reading with me, please make sure that you read all of the policies, disclaimers, terms and conditions. Make sure that you are well informed of the reading. Make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into when you purchase a reading with me, okay? And, make sure that you know my process and all things like that, okay? But I think that's it. If you want to find me on social media, you can do so on Twitter and Instagram at Sinfulpluto. All of that will also be in the description box. And I think that's it. So I love you. I will talk to you soon, Sagittarius. You mean the world to me. Seriously. Please take care of yourself. Please drink lots of water. Take time to reflect, to journal, to just check in with yourself every once in a while. It's always good to check in with yourself, to be aware, to be mindful. So, yeah. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Drink water, rest, do all of that, okay?